Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Aquatic Morning Show, where the Aquarius go to be in the know, right here on the Aquatic Morning Show. Good morning, Skipper, and good morning, Miss Dee Dee.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you guys for being here this morning. Um, so it's Monday. Happy Monday, you guys.
It is Monday.
I know, right?
Maybe to you too.
Make it a good one, the best we can, since it's a Monday, the beginning of the work week. All right. Let me run through chat and say good morning. I say got Mystery Snow Guardians helping Snella from the start. Jay Oliver Guppies and Aquatics. Good morning, Jay. Stephen P. 2003 Aquatics. Danny Weshy. Yo yo. It's time for the Aquatic Morning Show. Lurking and working. Always good to hear that. Scott's Aquatics. Eduardo. He's only saying this once. Good morning. So does that mean we're not going to keep typing in chat this morning?
Too late. He already talked again.
Bunny Viper. Bunny Viper, good morning. It's good to see you. Dennis Christensen. Melvin Reeve. Fish Fam, amen. Gina's Reef, good morning. Good to see you. And Jennifer Weaver and Brookley Bell and Mike's Aquatics. Good morning, you guys. Yeah, Miss Dee Dee's in chat. Garcia, good stream yesterday on Miss Susie Q.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't get to see all of it, but I got a bit of it, and it was good. Bruiser CB, good morning. Hippie John the Fisherman, welcome. Ben Backstrom, or Backstorm. You know I gotta say it.
Yeah. Got to do it.
Gotta say it. Joseph Stanley, don't complain if Eddie doesn't going talk too much today. Okay.
Also, Eduardo Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie. I like
Is
that.
there a specific reason why? Mach 389, good to see you this morning. And I believe I've made it to the bottom.
Yes.
I know people will still continue to come in. I'm trying my best. You're doing a good job, Garcia. You're doing just exactly what we all did. You start off and you try to make every stream you can to grow.
Yep.
And in the same respect, you try to get as many as you can on your stream as well.
You're welcome, Eddie.
Oh my goodness. Y'all are being naughty in chat.
Sweet nothings.
Sweet nothings. Well, you guys, this morning's coffee cup is brought to you by the one and only Lefty 3213A. Oh, and we thank Miss Dee Dee and Lefty for this. I have two of his cups, so I have to pick which one. Use one here and one there.
Look at there.
You may be going to the Keystone Clash. Well, that is good to hear.
When's when is Aquashella Dallas? Is that August?
It is.
Oh, so technically the next biggest event is Triple Crown.
Yes. Yeah. If
That's a place you're going to go and your mind's going to explode because it's going to be so much freaking information at that one. It's not even going to be funny.
Yeah, I am troubled to what I'm gonna do. So that if I get to make it, that is a little different than say Aquashella or even the Clash.
Yeah.
It's surrounded more around talks. So if instead of me going around and doing interviews to vendors and per se, it would be more like having to schedule interviews with speakers.
Yeah.
And to do that, I would need to get a hold of them prior to the event. And I may do that. We'll just have to see what comes of it.
Yeah. Well, You can also, like, whenever you get there, you can go up to them and ask. You'd be
Sure.
surprised what, they'll what their
Do
response would be. Either they're going to do it or they're not.
right. And I really don't think I would be turned down per se, but because of it's mind blowing, mind boggling. Because everybody calls it the triple crown. I call it the quadruple crown.
Well, yeah, because originally it was only supposed to be three
Right.
groups, and now it's four.
Yeah.
And there was talk about a fifth, but I haven't heard nothing of that
Right.
yet.
Well, then it would be the quint crown.
Just call it the Queen's crown, man. It's gonna be so many points on that thing.
Right. They have a crown as the logo anyway, so
Actually, that type of crown is actually a king's crown.
it is a king's crown. That's right.
Is more of a rounded shape. But yeah, it's going to be. I can't wait, mainly because it's something different that I've never been to.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a club event on steroids because you're going to have so many different clubs that's involved in it, and they each have their own specialty.
Correct.
And so you're going to have their speakers on them specialties, and you're going to have to pick what you like the most.
Right. Yeah. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do yet with it.
That's a hard one.
It really is. It's off the chain. It's different. It's throwing a kink in it. But
unlike Aqua Show, where you have a bunch of vendors, a bunch of big companies
in one place at one time.
Mm-hmm. And then the Keystone Clash is two clubs, but they all pretty much do the same thing.
Right.
So they're going to have it's one venue. This is like 4 different venues under one roof, right? So the Keystone Clash, you have their set amount of speakers and their times. Well, this one, a 5-day event, and there's going to be stuff happening every day. And there's a bunch of stuff you can do outside the event if there's something that you're not interested in. But there's going to be a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Whips World says, "Good morning, Jess, Miss Dee Dee, and the incomparable Skipper. Working, but can't be lurking today. Running point as we trim trees with a freaking helicopter." Holy cow. "Leaving the show on to give watch hours." Well, thank you so much, Whips World. Really do appreciate it. And Miss Susan. Good morning, Miss Susan with SLC Aquatics. And she also came out with her newsletter, you guys. Meant to go through that. Let me see if I can't get that pulled up real quick.
Did you ever see them trimming trees with a helicopter before?
I have seen it.
It's awesome.
It is. It's scary.
Very scary.
It is. It's scary to me.
You got this big old saw blade just dangling below the helicopter.
Yeah. Big old wind come by and catch that sucker, and you're gonna have a big gap or a power line, or that's what scares me the most is the power lines. And you get one of them power lines hung up in a chainsaw, it ain't gonna be good.
I watched the helicopters fly those big pylons.
Yeah.
And it's hard to believe that the helicopter can even carry it.
Yeah.
Because they're made out of concrete.
You look at how the Chinook, what they can carry. You wonder how they're up in the air. There's a bunch of airplanes too, but they got them. They got the helicopters kind of have like a U shape, like where they can come down on top of something, just latch it in, and just get up and go. It's pretty crazy.
So Miss Brickley Bell says, "I think it would be amazing to see me interview fish family people at club events. Just it's more personable, less saucy.
Salesy.
Okay. And I think it would bring together people even more." Yes, but in another aspect, a lot of times when we go to these events, we go to have a good time. Not so much me because it's work, because it's what I do, but everybody else. And for to be bothered with interviews, I don't know. I kind of think it's kind of rude. It'd be kind of rude for me to ask. Now, not to say that there wouldn't be B-roll of everybody together and everybody hanging out, and in certain situations. I do not ever do what I would say after hours video. I feel like that's personable and personal, and a lot of times people don't want cameras out at that time, and I definitely respect that. That's when it becomes personal, personal, instead of out and about and all in the show. It's afterwards, and you don't want to cross that line, and there is a line.
Yeah.
I think that if they want to, that would be great, but I'm trying to bring people that we don't know, people that are new to us, that may not be new to the fish industry, but they're new to us, and try to grow it that way. But on the other hand, if there's somebody that wants to be interviewed, by golly, let me know.
Yeah. Bruiser, you're right. It is a one-time event, the 50th anniversary of the ACA.
Yeah.
That time, you are correct.
Well, I can see where that could go and be like if you had somebody that's like, hey, follow me and watch me experience my first time at an event. If somebody was willing to do that,
Right.
It would be kind of fun to watch how they react to everything.
Right.
Yeah. I could tell you my first one was last year, and holy cow, it's mind blowing. And it was just small.
Yeah.
It was the year
haven't
after the whole COVID thing, but it was like, wow.
And you haven't made an Aquashella yet, right?
No, I want to, and it'll probably end up being Chicago sometime.
And it's the smallest. But I still think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be bigger this year. I still think Dallas is going to be the biggest, but Orlando was huge. I just think that Chicago is the smaller of the three. Not saying it's small, but it's the smaller of the three. Not that you're not still going to get the same mind-blowing, and I always say like overstimulated, overwhelmed when you first see it, especially if you don't see it the Friday before and you walk in that Saturday morning.
Oh,
it's definitely sensory overload. Definitely sensory overload. Crypt Keeper, good morning. Miss Jenna, good morning. It's good to see you. Eric Wyrock, Miss Lori. And we had Kelly Foreman, good morning. She woke up to a cat fight. Heat Boy is very right. It's not rude to ask once, but accept the no answers and move on. Yeah, and I can get intimidated real easy. So I have to, it's kind of like one of those, I have to pep myself up to be able to go and talk to certain people. Even though they're just people too. It's their status and their popularity that I guess intimidates me, thinking that they ain't gonna want to talk to me. They ain't gonna want to waste their time talking to me. But in fact, on the other hand, we're the Aquatic Morning Show. So they need to be here. They hopefully want to be here. And, that's the direction we're going. And I think we're getting there. I know, and y'all are gonna think this is really funny, but Eduardo is a very good wingman.
That is funny.
He is. He really is. When we were in Orlando, we went and we had lunch together, and it wasn't like we decided to have lunch together. It just kind of happened because the place was like so busy and there was nowhere to sit. And I seen Eduardo over across the way at the table or at the bar, and we kind of were thinking we were just going to get our food and go sit down somewhere else, not even in the restaurant. But it just happened that two people got up and right beside from where he was sitting, and we just kind of slid on in. I think we kind of moved in front of some people, but they weren't trying to push their way in, so we just sat down. And we had a really good lunch with Eduardo. But after that, he became a really good wingman.
Did you get a word in edgewise?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And he has a lot of dig. I mean, he really has a lot of good information, and he doesn't seem to get intimidated like I do.
No.
And he's like, all right, come on, Jess, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go talk to this person. You talk to this person? All right, we're gonna go talk to this person.
Yeah, he's a good person and get to break the ice with somebody.
Definitely. Yes, definitely. And he knows people too. So, kudos to you, Eduardo. I give you that. You're a good wingman.
But he is a good fella.
Very much so.
Yes.
And if it wasn't Chatty Cathy in the streams, that means he's not happy.
That's right.
He's having
or
fun.
not feeling well, or
Yeah.
He's a good person. Definitely up the top of my list in my book.
That's like I used to work with a coworker who talked all the time. Blah, blah, blah. If you said, how are you doing? It would be like 35 minutes before he took a breath. And so a lot of people didn't want to talk to him. And I went to lunch with him every day. And everybody's like, well, how can you stand it?
Yeah.
I said, he doesn't do like that.
Yeah, it's not the same.
We sit and have a normal conversation. What did you do yesterday? What are you going to do? And it was back and forth. I said, but it's different. Maybe he's not. I don't know. But it was an entirely different person from in the office and sitting at the table.
Yeah.
And he was a good person. He just talked a lot at work.
Well, they got a lot to say.
Because everyone's like, don't ask him how he feels today. That man was he was on the ball. He was working full time. He did this advocate for children report. It was called Guardian Ad Litem. He also was going to college at I think either Wake or Raleigh, so he was having to drive 2.5, 3 hours each direction after work. And he ran like 100 miles a week. It's like, man, so do you get to sleep?
Right. I mean, that's a long drive.
That's
He was
busy.
trying to get his PhD, so he had to go where the classes were.
Yeah.
Dang. I am looking for something, you guys. Give me just a moment.
He had to live like in the fast zone in his brain all the time.
Yeah.
So we're 20 minutes in? We got 40 people.
That's awesome. Thank you guys for being here. If you get a second, share the stream out, you guys. I know it's like running it in the ground, but it really does make a difference. And it, like button, if you hit I'm really bad about not hitting the like button until I leave the stream.
Yeah.
I really am. And I mean, I should be way better at it. And if I'm reminded during the stream, I'll go and do it. I'll go out and then I'll come back in and, do it. But I am really bad about not hitting the like button until after I leave the stream. But if you do it during the stream, it really does help. It makes YouTube say, hey, there's people watching this. Let's put it out and see if any other people that are fishy related people want to watch. So I really do appreciate it.
Is she still half asleep?
Kelly.
Kelly, it means you got a break. That's why you're blue.
Yeah. That's why I said you're a working woman now. It ain't nothing just lollygagging, slacking in here. You got a job to do.
And Brickley Bell hits hers on the way in. And I do try to do that. I do try, but I
try to do that too, because you can always take it back if you don't like it.
Right.
This way you don't forget to do it. Because if you don't like it, you won't forget that.
That's true. But the like button isn't like what we used to think it was. You know, if you don't like the stream, like what's going on in the stream, it's not for that. It's to let YouTube know I don't want to see this content anymore. Instead of like a X marks against the person, you know, that's doing the stream or whatever's going on in the stream is how it used to be. Now it's used to help them put feed in your feed. Show it to you more or not.
Hey, Jess. Some birthday's coming up tomorrow.
Oh, awesome.
Don't let me forget.
I believe we have an interview tomorrow as well with Aquatics. And Friday we have Killa Aquatics. No, Killa Arts. Yeah. So we'll get to give away our prints on Friday.
I'll be at work for that one. But I'll
you can still do it through Facebook. So let me know if so, and I will probably do it through the StreamYard thing, but we'll enter you one way or the other. We'll get you entered.
I'll be watching.
If you're in Facebook, but you got to let me know.
It's a Friday. Yeah, I'll be on there.
So we're looking at Miss Susan's newsletter. She does put one out, every 2 months or every quarter? I believe it's every quarter because this is the first edition. So if you aren't subscribed to Miss Susan with SLC Aquatics, you need to go do that because she does put out a newsletter for the fish family. There's a subscribe button, which I'm already subscribed, but it'll bring you to it. One of the, I guess, articles is, should medications be your first line of defense? Let's see. Who wrote that? By Miss Susan. Miss Susan wrote this one. I'm not going to read it because I want you to go to it and read it. She puts all this work into it. But I'll just pick a few things from it to go over. She says, I am aware that many fish keepers use medications as preventative measures. However, most medications are not intended for such use. Another line is, our first line of defense starts by following a proper quarantine process. With new purchases, it is critical to have enough time to evaluate the overall health of new purchases to avoid spreading diseases. Over the years, there has been a trend of reaching for medications without first analyzing the situation to determine if the medications are appropriate. So I believe that's a good article for sure. And don't forget to leave a comment for her. Another article is attending a tropical fish auction. For those who are going for a first time, or those who have attended auctions previously, below are some tips for attending, whether buying or selling. Several fish stores would give you some fish bags for free or for a small charge. I got some from PetSmart one time, and they did it, but they weren't happy about it.
Well, they just gave them to you?
Yeah. Yeah, I had run out and I was trying to get some fish shipped out that day. And I was just like, well, I'm just going to run over because, in actuality, I feel like they should sell them.
You would think, right? You would think that
I mean,
the pet store would.
yeah. I mean, any of them, even the LFS, you would think. Ooh, hang on, I dropped something. Or not something over. You would think that, it being a
Yeah,
necessity,
I don't know. I mean, there really ain't a lot of people like us that would do that. I mean,
right?
on here it
Physically,
seems like it, right? But
yeah,
abroad, across the country, they're really
true, true. Yeah. So another article she's got is Fish Acclimation Guide. And this one is the photo is by Jonathan Cairns, something like that. And looks like it's written by Dina Edwards. You've always heard that buying fish direct from a breeder will fill your tanks with the higher quality fish. But what about all those horror stories about DOAs, dead on arrivals, or fish arriving with their gills burned from ammonia buildup and attempting to gulp oxygen?
3G said go to Bacon's. They'll sell bags.
Go to where?
Bacon's.
Bacon's?
Yeah.
Bacon?
That's what Greg's saying. Go to Bacon's the next time you need bags because it'll sell them.
I don't know where Bacon's is, Greg. I've never heard of it. Ooh. Okay. So, wait, I went too far.
They're talking about bags, Gina.
Yeah, the fish bags, like the poly bags. In fact, I have only two. So I've gone back and forth with breather bags, right? And I know we're like all over the place this morning with topics, but
Monday.
yeah. And I've gone back and forth with breather bags, and I'm back on breather bags, but it depends on the fish as well. So bettas. I don't typically send my bettas in breather bags, but as long as I leave air like you would in a poly bag, it's fine. They sell live bait by the pond.
Pound. From a pond.
From a pond.
I can see why they don't sell the bags because they're not sent to the store price per unit.
Right.
Yeah, but you can make it.
They'd have to order them to get it in their inventory systems differently.
Yeah, they could put it under miscellaneous though in their computer system.
Because probably what they would charge per bag they wouldn't really sell.
And I bet it would be probably almost like not worth it.
Unless you could get with the store manager and ask them to order you a box of them. You know?
Yeah. Well, I can do that on Amazon.
Alishon says breather bags should be filled completely with water, no air.
No, I know. Except for with the bettas. I do it with everything else. But with the bettas, and I don't. Okay, let me say it this way. I have never shipped a betta in a breather bag. Never.
Amber says don't do it.
Right. But I have received bettas in breather bags, and they've come in perfectly fine. I almost think it's kind of a controversial subject. I did have an argument one time with someone that wanted me to ship them in breather bags for the company, and I refused. And wasn't the only one. There was two of us, and we ended up being able to be a part of the group and be able to ship our bettas in poly bags. Good morning, Amber and Alishon. But I have not shipped my bettas in those bags. I have received them, but I have not shipped them in there. Only because of the fear of it. But you know,
I got my plecos from Color Guppies in a breather bag. And it was so funny because you put the bag in the water to acclimate, but the fish are swimming above the tank in the bag. They don't, like you put a regular bag in, they go, but you don't. It doesn't work the same.
Right.
The fish are still above the top. That's the way it works. I just don't understand the concept of a breather bag.
I can't either. I can't fathom if it can hold water, how can air exchange? I mean that's, and I'm not sure that it is exactly that it is that air exchanges. I think that it's that it allows something else to escape, if that makes sense.
Oh, Brooklyn.
But yes, when her angels came in.
Yeah. That's a lot though in one bag.
Yeah.
To begin with.
12 in each small bag. Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't.
How many fish would y'all put in a bag?
So I've got, you can get different sizes, and I've got several different size bags. Now my breather bags are kind of small, and I don't know if there's. I think there are different size breather bags. So let me put this down for a minute. So these are my breather bags. They're okay for I would put maybe in this size bag, I would probably put 2 dime to nickel size angels in it. Yeah, 2 to 3. Now, if it was in a poly bag, I would use a bigger bag, say this size, and I would put 5 or 6, and it's a poly bag. But depending on what size that bag was, that does seem like a lot.
Yeah, it does.
In one bag. But there are so many factors that go into shipping. It's hard to judge. I mean, not that we're here to judge, but it is hard to judge, and that it does seem to me like it was a few too many. But we know the story on Berkeley's angels, and I think the whole experience was a disaster to begin with.
But she does have lots of beautiful angels now.
Now does have some beautiful angels. Yeah. After the fact, after everything was said and done, yes.
Good morning, Fishy Mon.
Good morning, and Sharpie.
Papa Shrimp.
Good morning. LOL. I put 25 bristlenose in the small bag, 50 in the bigger bag. Wow.
He's playing.
God, dog. Scratch that.
Yeah. Well, you want to talk about some foul water by the time it gets to your house. Holy cow.
Yeah. And then you put the factor in. How long is it going to be in the mail? How cold is it? How hot is it? There's so many factors that go into it. But anyway, I want to keep going with Miss Susan's newsletter. Yeah. So we have another. This is the most I've seen in articles. So Beta Sororities, which is done by Lefty3213A, lots of numbers, which is also the Coffee Cup sponsor this morning. I want to look at a tank setup that I love doing myself. What? I want to look at a tank set up that I love doing myself, and one that became extremely popular in the hobby over the last 18 months to 2 years. At least that's what I've seen. That's when they grew in popularity.
You're on the blog page, she says.
This is the blog page. But these are articles.
I'll have to get in my email.
Okay, well, these are the blogs then.
Oh man.
It does say blog. Okay, it does say blog at the top. So what's the difference between blog and the articles?
Let's see. Where did that go?
I mean, I can go back to the.
There it is.
All right. Each articles are published in the blog page. Okay, they're okay. All right. So I was right. Okay. All right. So the blogs are the articles.
Oh yeah, you kept going once you got to Lefties, and because Lefty ain't in this email.
So Lefty has a blog article on beta sororities. There is another article, Give the Oceans a Hand by Shopping Secondhand. And this one is submitted by Sophie Lutz. Everything humans do affects the world's oceans. Sometimes our actions have an indirect impact, such as the case with chemical runoff from landfills. Other times, our irresponsibilities cause direct or undeniably harm to the environment and the life within it. It's up to us to take action now so that our children and grandchildren don't have to bear the burden of the unstable ecosystem in the oceans we all rely on for food, travel, recreation. Read on for some great tips from SLC Aquatics. So I really, really think that's a really good article. If we don't have our oceans, we don't have anything, literally. And that's not just being like bipartial or whatever to fish or aquatics or whatever.
Well, it's true. We would all dry up, literally.
Exactly. Yes, that's it. I have a interview that I did do with the 1,000 mermaids. I can't wait to do that one. It's one of the last ones I did, but I can't wait. I cannot wait to get her on here and get that interview out to you guys. And I get to go, or I've been invited to go out with them one day. And go out and help them with the artificial reef.
That would be awesome.
Yes. And I want to dress up like a mermaid. So, yes, that will happen one day.
Did you see the one where this dude made the statues of people?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I like the ones with the mermaids, but if you donate, you can have one of the statues made any way you want.
Yeah.
I definitely can't wait for that interview to come out. It's going to be awesome. I mean, all the interviews are pretty cool. All of these new people that I'm bringing to you guys are amazing. Me and Shanna did a pre-recorded interview yesterday with Mike from Zen Aqua, and because he works, and so he's not able to come on the show, but we're going to put that out next Tuesday, and he's going to be able to be in chat when I play it. And it is an hour long, so it will take up the first hour. But he will be able to be in chat to answer questions.
Cool.
Instead of being able to be actually on screen answering questions, he will be in chat. So we set it up to do it next Tuesday so he can be a part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be
cool.
fun. Yeah. It'll be different. Because I mean, we'll be here, but the screen will be full and it'll be pre-recorded. Shanna won't be able to be in chat, but at least y'all get to see her. So all doozied up too. She wore makeup for me.
Yeah, she showed up on the morning show. Jesus, the easy stream. With her makeup started.
Yep. She was like, "Girl, you get me up too early to put on makeup."
That's she said. Yeah.
Well, I told her, I was like, "Sleep in it." I do.
You probably get through a lot of pillowcases.
You know what? For the most part, I don't. I sleep on my back because I sleep like a taco.
Oh, okay.
I have one of those beds that the head raises and the feet raise, and Joe's always said that I sleep like a taco. So I don't necessarily sleep on my side or on my stomach because I sleep on my back with my feet raised and my head elevated. It just helps with my back and fibromyalgia and
I'm sure
everything else under the sun. But
my dad had to get an oversized recliner.
Yeah. But Joe sleeps flat. So it's really funny because our beds are separate, but they're together, right? So I'm sleeping like a taco, and then on this side, he's flat as can be.
Ours look the same because mine is bent up like that. But I can sleep on my side with my feet elevated like that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can.
Off my back.
I guess I can roll a little bit, but if I do that, I wake up with my hips killing me.
Oh, I bet.
All right. So we also have another blog article, and I don't even know how to say that word.
It's a big word.
Spironucleus vortens.
Spironucleus.
Vortens.
Yeah.
Facts and theories about hexameta.
Yeah.
I have been, and this is by Tammy Coldard. I have been researching and studying Spironucleus vortens for over a year, and I would like to share with you all some of my findings. That is the correct name for the protozoa we all know as hexameta, and I hope I'm saying that right. With this protozoa was first seen in the cichlids, it was diagnosed as the human infecting protozoa hexameta. It was later discovered that this protozoa has a different genome than hexameta. It has since been classified as a family. Yeah, I'm going to stop there and let everybody else's curiosity take you the rest of the way into that, because I'm going to butcher the rest of it.
You lost me at the title.
It sounds very interesting. I just don't want to butcher it. And we want you to go to the blog articles, to Miss Susan's amazing newsletter, and definitely lose yourself in these articles. Powerful ways to become your best self today by Cheryl Conklin at www.wellnesscentral.info. You know that you are capable of great things. If you achieve your potential, you feel confident, assertive, and ready to take on the world. Well, what's stopping you? It's easy to soothe the mind, to tell ourselves, we'll get to the future greatness later. But if you're going to look, be, and feel your best, There's no time like the present to start. If you push yourself to grow and develop gradually, you will reap the benefits tenfold for a great life. Here's what to do. And it will go on to tell you exactly that. Leave comments, you guys. Let Miss Susan know that you're reading the articles and what you think about them.
And submit an article if you have something to share.
For sure. For sure. I'm not a writer by no means. I'm not a reader either, but I try my best. I'm an interviewer. Does that count?
Yeah.
Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky this is the morning show.
I'm trying my best, Miss Susan.
Nothing wrong
Hey,
with
and
trying.
some people are great writers.
Yes.
Some people aren't.
Right.
I can write pretty good if you can understand my language.
We have our own language. I definitely do.
Yeah.
So, Aquarium Corals by Miss Susan.
That's a beautiful tank, by the
Yes,
way.
it is. Less is more. I have over time found most corals to have relatively few requirements to thrive, much as they would on a natural reef. While many amateur reef keepers have taken a high-tech route to keeping proper microenvironment, I have found that less is more. Readers of this book will see that I do not advocate any single method of reef keeping. Indeed, many types of systems, both technical, sophisticated, and elegant, simple, can be made to work. And it will go on to explain all of that she said there. I am still having algae bloom, and I went through blacking it out. It went away. I started the lights back up, and if I leave the lights on for a day, like they're supposed to go through their, thing, by the end of that system, I've got the beginnings of it again, of the black.
All in one day?
Yeah, it comes back like that. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I got to do another water change, but I did a 10-gallon water change last weekend. It's a 40-gallon tank, but I do need to do another one this week. I still haven't received the stuff from Will. I guess I need to email him again.
I start saying maybe you need to talk to him.
Yeah. I did put some phosphate little pads in there. But Miss Susan says too many nutrients. But what do I do about it? I mean, I'm not adding anything. I'm just changing the water and feeding. And I quit feeding so much. And I only feed every other day. But, I assume it's just going to take time, I hope. But I am getting very impatient.
I just don't think my brain can handle the overload right now of
Of salt water.
Yeah, I struggle enough with fresh water right now.
Danny says you could be missing an essential nutrient.
Yeah, and okay, so I need to have the water tested, okay, and Bulk Reef has that test, but it's $50. So I haven't done it, and I need to. But I know it's also going to come back with tons of phosphate, low calcium, and I was adding calcium, but I was told to stop doing that. So I do need to have the water checked, but I'm just going to have to bite the bullet. It's going to have to be later than sooner, but and have it professionally checked.
Yeah. Is that where you send it off to them?
Yep. Well, yeah, you buy the test and you get the water and then you send it off. Yeah. Reminds me of a like a paternity test. You buy it, you do the swab, and you send it off and wait for the results.
Well, it's becoming more of a thing where people come into your homes, come in and keep the stuff straight for you.
Yep.
But that's on your freshwater drinking water. I think they would have an issue if I called them to come test my saltwater tank.
Oh, no, I'm talking about people like Brendan. You know, he does that for a living.
Susie Q does it.
You got a
or he
whole.
does a few tanks.
Now I have the regular kit, saltwater test kit from what is it? API. But it doesn't have a phosphate tester in it. And so I mean, when
I don't know much about that. I haven't really dug into it yet. I don't know if I ever will, though, for real.
What is Chato, Melvin? Chato? Yeah, I don't know what any of that is.
Me neither. So, are you done with the vlog stuff?
Well, yeah, that's all the blogs. There are other things. There's a resource page, merchant swag. If you need to contact Miss Susan.
I got that for testing potassium.
Yeah, but phosphate.
Okay.
They sell a separate kit, I'm sure, for it.
So there's other things that Miss Susan's got on here, and it's also got the calendar, the Fish Fam calendar. So do your Fish Fam duty and go subscribe to Miss Susan's newsletter. They were our support.
Good morning, Daniel Velez.
Good morning, Daniel.
So I have
too. Does both.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Cool.
Which I don't have any phosphate.
Yeah. Now, so Fluable does have a phosphate only test kit at Petco, and it's like $20, and I should have bought it, but then I was back to I still need to buy the kit from Bulk Reef, so why buy the phosphate kit when I know what it's going to tell me? I need to know what else is going on and how to fix it, and to do that I need to buy the Bulk Reef thing. So that's why I did not buy the phosphate kit from Fluable from Petco. Snoochie Booch, good morning. Yeah. Send me your water, Jess, and I'll. Okay. I'll do it today then.
He's our Fish Fam chemist.
You can do saltwater tests like that? I have a phosphate because I added. So I had the live rock in my saltwater tank already. Everything was going pretty good. And then I met Texas Fish Room to eat dinner, and they had a boatload of cool rock in the back of their vehicle, and they gave me some. And so I came home and I was like, oh, I'm going to put it in my tank. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And that's what I did. I pulled out my other rock. I put the new rock in, and I caused many problems.
I didn't realize that kind of stuff would do that.
I didn't either. And if I would have known it ahead of time, then, but I say I caught a rookie mistake, a saltwater rookie mistake. And
there are some rocks that'll do different things for your water or to it,
and it
or into it.
is doing better because I blacked it out for so long. But I mean, damn, if I can't turn the lights on for even a day and the stuff is coming back, it's not gone. So, and I can't keep the lights off forever because I've got,
Do you still have that rock in there?
yeah, it's got to go through the process.
Oh,
Yeah, it's got to, and it already does have all kind of other stuff on it now, and it just has got
patience, my friend.
yeah, but
You still want to know what's going on. I get it.
I mean, I need to know what's going on. It needs to fix it, because I need to be able to turn the lights back on.
Yeah, because I mean, don't some of that stuff require highlight?
Yeah, and the light that I got for Christmas has its own, like I have an app, and I have it set for what it's supposed to be set on, and it goes through its own, lighting system. It's got the blues come on, and the red, all the different colors come on at certain times, and all that, which is way above my head. So I set it for the pro setting, and I don't touch it except for turning it on and off. And I can't leave it on all day, like to let even run its own system. Like I can turn it on to feed, and what I do is I turn it on. I wait about 2 hours, then I feed, and then about 2 hours later I turn it off. And that's as long as I can leave it on. Otherwise, if I leave it on for the whole day, by the end of the day, I've already got black. I think it's cyanobacteria, but I can't treat it with Maricin like we do in the freshwater because I can't kill the good stuff in a saltwater tank. So I kind of have to just get it figured out. I have a protein skimmer on it. I do. And my tank is a 40 gallon. No, I did not. I did not know to cure my rock. No. So my rock is curing in the tank.
Okay.
What's that mean?
Well, in saltwater, when you pull rock out and it dries up, it's no longer living.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take that said dry rock and you put it back in salt water. Everything that died on that rock, all of the creatures, all the everything, creates minerals and all other stuff. And when you put it back in that tank, it starts releasing all of that and a lot of phosphate because it's going back through the transition from dry to live. So
how do you cure it? You just let it like what lefty? Sharpie saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yes, but I did scrub it and everything, but it still wasn't enough. Which is fine. I mean, it's just got to get it figured out. And I'm so ready to because I'm taking sand and I have some other rock for the new nano saltwater tank, the 15 gallon that Greg gave me, the cube. Mm-hmm. And I'm so ready to get that going, but because I'm taking it from the other tank, I haven't decided whether, just go ahead and do it and just let it go through the processes that the other one's doing, or wait, let this get going and through its thing and then take it, because it's going to go through its own system again. So I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that. I kind of feel like if I'm fighting two of them at the same time, I'm going to get really over frustrated with them. But I don't quit, but still I can get very frustrated. And
I wouldn't say you're fighting it. It's just going through its natural cycle.
Yeah.
By what I'm reading and what you're saying.
Yeah. Keeper Aquatics. Okay, so this tank has been set up since almost a year now.
Yeah,
Well,
but you added something
Give it
new
the
to
rock.
it,
I
so it
did.
has,
I completely changed it. So
it's
like,
starting
start it
over.
over. Except for the sand. Like the sand doesn't have to cure. It's everything outside of the sand.
Mhm.
Um, I
Well,
have
when
got
they
so
say,
much flow, snoochie booch, and that son of a gun. I feel bad for my fish.
and what is real reef rock? Is that rock that's
Yeah,
already in a tank somewhere?
real reef rock is live rock. So it's rock that was taken from the ocean or a cured tank
Yeah.
and not dried out. It's live.
You can
Kept
go to a
alive
pet
the whole
store and
time.
they sell it.
Yeah, and you can buy it out of Petco, out of their salt tanks. They sell live rock as well.
Oh, okay. I've seen those little
And
divider things, and they
yeah,
have all these rocks. That's
uh-huh.
Yep.
Which is where I think I got my fan crabs from, my pom pom crabs or whatever they're called.
they came in
I
the
did
rock.
I did buy rock one of them from Petco, and that I think that's where they came from. Which that's fine. I'm fine with them. In fact, I like them. It's the rock ones I don't like. The rock crabs I don't like. Stick
So
a
you've
bag of
already done the phosphate.
phosphate removing pad. Okay, so I did buy. They didn't have the big pad. They just had the little sticks that you put in like hang on backs, and I got it came in a 4-pack. So I just took all 4 of them, and where my water overflows from the skimmer part, the water has to hit it to go through the next section. So that's where I put it. God, I thank you all guys for helping me out with this. This is awesome. Everybody's engaged in the saltwater thing. Do water check. Yeah, I keep track of.
How
Is
is
it
your
a dark
protein?
scum or a light scum? It's a dark. The flow is high. I need it. See, the thing is the phosphate pads are not like there's nothing on them. There's not. It's not like to me. It doesn't feel like it's collecting anything. Like I would think in my brain it would, but maybe it's not supposed to. I learned from the old timers dealing with saltwater aquariums, add the rocks, sand, and mix saltwater. Next, add 3 poor little shrimp that could have some gumbo. Run it for 2 to 3 months for a test. Well, I mean, I've got my damsels. I got 2 separate pair of damsels, and then I've got my clownfish. And then I've got several crabs, several hermit crabs, and now I've got these snails, these big snails. I would equivalent them to mystery snails, but in a saltwater tank. Live rock has pests. Real reef rock is the manufactured product name that is clean of pests but has good cyclobacteria. Yeah, I didn't buy that. I bought the one out of their tank, and then I bought the dry rock from Texas Fisherman, which it's awesome rock, you guys. Like, if you're looking for freaking saltwater rock, it's amazing for a cheap price. But just don't do what I did. Don't go throw it in the tank first. Make sure I guess cycle it first. And I didn't do that. I didn't know. I didn't ask either. I didn't ask anybody either. Like, I just did it.
You did it using your freshwater
Yes.
ideals.
Yes. Exactly. That's it. Because if it would have went in fresh water, it wouldn't have been a problem.
I would have done the same thing.
After our mid-morning break, I have 2 things to bring up.
Which that we need to do that. We have 50 people in chat. You guys don't leave us, but we do need to take a little break. We will be back in just a moment. I don't have anything pulled up yet.
You're fired.
No. I've been talking.
Jaw jacking. Jibber jabber.
Jibber jabber. Jibber jabber. And we really do appreciate everybody being here and talking all of the subjects that we've gone over for Monday morning.
I'm not understanding what Alshon's saying. He said that last night too.
What?
The aquascaping workshop. I wonder if that has something to do with one of their clubs.
Dadgummit. There we go.
And I would be willing to bet it's dealing with the club because Alshon's into all that stuff on clubs. He's the man to go to.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
All right, you guys. We're going to thank our sponsor, Joe from Joe's Shrimp Shack. You can get a 10% discount if you up to 4 hours after the stream. So if you guys are looking for just about anything, go check him out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jason with Jadron Aquatics. Thanks for joining me. What the heck is that noise? Do you guys hear that? What the heck is that noise?
I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd. I got 400 tanks in every room of my house. There's not a prayer in the world of me finding a spouse. I'm spilling water on the floor and all over the wall. No matter if it's carpet, I'm ruining it all. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd. Scientific names just rolling out my mouth. I love cichlids from the north and plectals from the south. There's a whole lot of folks up in the fish fan. There's Corey and Bob and Jadron. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd. Petco and Walmart, stop killing my fish. I'm tired of rescuing betas that are dying in a ditch. Every employee, they just seem to be lost, selling Oscars with guppies, but at what cost? I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd. It's Saturday again, heading to the fish store. I'm addicted to fish, I need more and more. I keep buying more fish, and I don't have the room. I'll put them in the bathtub, let the buying resume. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd. fish nerd, a fish nerd. Doing water changes all day and night. I can't get the pH where it seems just right. I do 10, 20, or 30%. So many fish, they need to pay me rent. Fish nerd, a fish nerd. Fish nerd, a fish nerd. Sucking up the water crap going up my nose. I can't seem to stop making fish room videos. YouTube, I love you, but you ain't paying squat. Gotta keep a real job, don't like it a lot. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd. Fish nerd, a fish nerd. Fish nerd, a fish nerd. Fish nerd, a fish nerd.
Hi, Fish Fam! Are you struggling to gain new subs or followers? Would professional graphics, captions, and ads help you to sell more products? Perhaps you need a marketing strategy that works for your business that is also cost-effective. You're not alone. Millions of businesses across the world struggle with this problem. Good marketing plans, poorly executed, cost businesses billions in lost revenue each year. What is the solution? The Social Media Lady, a digital marketing agency. This team of seasoned marketing professionals works with your small business to plan and deliver a solid blueprint to drive more traffic to your website, YouTube channel, and social media. You can check out our work right here at the Aquatic Morning Show, as we currently provide their social media marketing as well as a majority of their graphic design services. When you decide you're ready to level up, schedule your free consultation at thesocialmedialady.com/fishnews.
Level up, people. Level up.
It helps. She does do social media, which means she takes and posts on all of your social media sites, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, band, any of those that you have that you want advertised on. She does it all at one time. You give her your information. She's a whiz at it. Believe me, I couldn't do it all myself. So check her out if you're looking to up your game on your social media.
Oh,
So,
yes. Alishon gave you, I started that message about that aquascaping thing.
I'm sorry, what?
Look in your blue stars.
Oh,
Alishon explained that aquascaping.
okay.
That's not about the aquascaping thing.
CCAM and API have good phosphate media.
That's not the
Do
one.
you have any corals? I did. I have some Zoa, but they're not doing great. They're living. They're not thriving, but they're living. But that's the only thing. I had a blue star polyp, and it just melted away completely. I had an enemy, and it too just so livestock is all I have. My corals didn't do well except for my my Zoa, and they're just hanging on by a thread.
So Alishon saying that the cuboid is a LFS in supporter of his club. And what they're doing is they're doing an aquascaping workshop, not a contest, during the store hours. And what they're going to do is the tank that's used for the demo, they're going to do a giveaway.
Is freshwater, saltwater, what?
I believe it's freshwater. It's a UNS 60-gallon rimless tank.
That'd be nice.
And Alishon, or I'm sorry, Daniel, I use my RO water for my saltwater tank for sure. I don't use my tap water because my tap water has got, like, I would hate to see what my saltwater tank would do with my fresh water or my tap water, because Yeah, the TDSs and minerals and that son of a gun come out at $4.50 every time. So even with my and I did see Miss Susie in here. The axolotls are doing good. I even seen one move yesterday. So yes, and I am videoing them as I go. I have not put out a video on them. I'm gonna wait, and once they're hatched and doing good, I'll put the video. Derek, oh my God, it is so good to see you, man.
How you doing, bud?
Yeah, welcome back.
Been a while.
And that has. Kenny, good morning. I'm sorry I missed the show last night. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, he had a big.
Kenny's down too.
Yeah, he had a big Ken incident. He hurt his
Uh-oh.
shoulder.
Oh, no.
So now he has to do all his water changes one-handed.
You want my salt water too? Okay. I'll send both.
He wants to see your tap also. He wants to see what's in your crunchy.
You know what?
Water.
When I read that at first, I thought it said top. I'm like, you want to see my top?
Oh, Lord.
Do I have something on it or something? That's what I was thinking.
You got a ketchup stain on there.
Yeah, right? Not on this nice white jacket. No, that can't happen. This was expensive.
I can't imagine doing all those tanks one-handed.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, geez. Oh, well, speaking of, you guys, I still do have the pea puffers for sale and the bumblebee gobies. And I have put up some of my blue dragon guppies for sale. I can hold them for you if you want some. If you live like above Tennessee, I really don't want to ship up north yet. I have opened it up to shipping south and horizontally, but to where I am. And I'll go as far as Tennessee, but I'm really scared to ship any further north than that right now. It'll keep warming up, but if you would like, you can buy some and I will hold them for you. So I have those. I do have that pair of those cichlids too that I really need to.
Oh, the Nano Caro.
Yeah, that funny name. Whatever they are, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're really pretty. I really wish I could get some good video on them, but I just haven't had good luck with getting any good video of them.
Morning, Ricky.
Good morning,
So
Ricky.
who was looking for pea puffers? Was it John the Fisherman maybe looking for pea puffers? Was there different kinds? I don't know.
Dr. Anthony, you are here. Would you be put together enough to come on the stream for a minute? And Daniel Velez says Zoas should be okay. They are tough. You will be okay. Just take time. You are just going through the saltwater growing pains. It looks to me you are starting to do the right things. Well, thank you. I've been trying. I thought in my mind when I got it, because I illegally brought it with me, apparently. Don't do what I did, even though that's what I said in the beginning, but I didn't know it was illegal. So yeah. But
whoops.
Yeah. I thought by doing that was better than starting it from ground zero per se. But I'm going through the same growing pains as you would if you would have started it brand new. So I just have more critters, I think, than what you would normally have if you wouldn't have done it that way. Hey, Greg. Did I say good morning to Greg? And Chevy Fish. Oh, hey, Greg just got his Rico Stand shirt out of the mail. I think I still owe you a morning shirt. Morning show shirt.
He says he's able to come up.
Awesome. Okay, I will email you the link. Or actually, I'll just put it in chat. You guys, the link is for Dr. Anthony only at the moment.
all he's got to do is slap that wig on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Men have it so much easier on this.
One of the things
Okay.
that I wanted to bring up is
There
something
it
that's
is.
happening on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's through this is, you go to the Amazon Reef website and you can sign up for like uh, notification type stuff.
Mhm.
And this is one of them that they sent me in an email.
Okay.
And what it is, they're going to be having a talk. This is the late. I cannot. Harmony is the lady's name, and are going to be talking about conservation.
Okay.
Re- So the Research Center for Ornamental Fish is hosting a virtual series featuring guest speakers who are considered experts in their field. To focus on the conservation impacts of the biodiversity, sustainability, and breeding. Each session will be 30 to 45 minutes of presentation, and then there will be a 15 to 30-minute open for questions from the audience. And this, I do believe, is the first one. The seminar is free. All you will have to do is go to this link and register for it. And over here, it has a little bit about the speaker that's going to be speaking. Talks about her experience and how long she's been doing it. So that's this Saturday at 1 p.m. I think it's pretty interesting. That's why I wanted to bring that up.
Very much so.
I
Good
listened to
morning.
one a week or so ago
Mm.
from the ladies.
Good morning, Dr. Anthony. How are you?
I am doing well, and you?
Doing very well. Doing very good this morning. So, the reason I asked you to come up is last Friday, which I do know that you were on Father Fish, which that was an amazing stream. So, if
Yeah,
anybody missed that stream, you need to go back and watch Father Fish with Dr. Anthony. That was a really, really good stream. Really good. I think I could watch it over and over and learn something new every time. But they do go over the Lacey Act. And we did put some information out Friday that was incorrect. And we just want to clear it up real fast because I don't want misinformation out there. And for those that didn't get to see Father Fish's stream, can you enlighten us a little bit about what we did wrong?
There's no we, Kimosabe. It was me.
Well, we pushed the information forward as well, so we did it too.
Well, I jumped the gun. I had read that the Senate passed a 1.3 or 1.5 trillion dollar spending bill, and in my quest to want it to be true, the American Acts spending bill was 1.5 trillion dollars as well. And I put two and two together, saying, "Oh, it had to be the same thing."
Right.
But it wasn't. The bill that was passed last week was just the spending bill to keep the government running, with a few other things, with some money for Ukraine, and not the America Acts bill.
Okay.
At all. So yes, I'm a big boy. I admit when I make a mistake, and I made a big boo-boo there. I mean, I went to the actual bill, and it was 2,900 pages long. Well, that's about what the other bill was going to be too. And I went and looked to see if the Lacey Act was in there. Lacey Act wasn't in there. No, nothing about invasive fishes. So I just got overly excited and overly stimulated.
Well, it could have happened to any of us. We're all kind of on edge about it, waiting to see if anything was going to happen. But since it was not in there, it's still kind of good news. because that means it's kind of being put on the back burner.
Yeah.
Because there are other things that are being pushed in front of it because of the Ukraine, Russia thing going on right now.
Exactly.
Which they do go into more detail on Father Fish's stream. We don't have to go into all that right now, but definitely, you guys, I'm really pushing you guys to go watch that stream. It was amazing. So in light of it, they are putting it back. We don't need to forget about it.
No, not at all.
Forget about it, but it's not such a, I guess, a push right now for them to get it pushed.
I think if it wasn't for the world crisis right now, it would still be pushed.
Right.
But yeah, it's being put on the back burner. And in fact, the Senate prefers their version of that bill, which does not include the Lacey Act verbiage anyway. So, there's going to be I don't want to say a fight, but there's going to be a lot of discussion on which bill will actually get passed. So hopefully it'll be the one without the amendments to the Lacey Act.
And y'all are being heard. So don't do whatever you believe in.
Yep.
But if you believe in it not being passed, do your thing and don't slow down. Just
Yeah, I heard back from my senators. I was a canned response, but still, that means that my my letters that I sent to my two senators, at least they received them. So
exactly. Yes.
I'm sure they're not getting many letters in favor of it. Because I haven't heard anybody on the other side push that agenda through. It's only us that are pushing the anti-agenda for that act. So
and I mean, if anybody was wondering where I stand with it, and I'll say it, I feel like there shouldn't be a white list. I feel there should be a blacklist, and maybe more things need to be added to the blacklist, but I don't feel like there should be a whitelist. So that's where I stand, if anybody was wondering.
Yeah, whitelist is too hard to do because from the verbiage, each organism has to be tested, has to be researched, and that's not a 2-month thing. That's a couple years, 3 or 4 years at least, to go through the actual research to see what the effects will be.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Paul Sotero, good morning, and Adele, good to see you. I think that was all we had come back in. Now, what's going on this weekend? That had to do with Skipper, what you were talking about. Didn't that have to do with the research center?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, we have a series called Talk with the Experts that we've done since the spring, and one Saturday a month we have a talk over Zoom. So it's Zoom. Then after we do it on Zoom, we put it on to YouTube. But this weekend we're having a woman from an organization called Shoal, which is a European conservation organization that is interested in freshwater conservation, not just for fish, but all the organisms that live in freshwater. So they're international. They started off in Europe. Now they've moved into, all over the world. They're involved with research here in the U.S. They're involved in work in South America. In fact, we're associated with Shoal as well. And so she's just going to come on and talk about the work that they've done all over the world. In fact, our speaker worked in conservation in Cambodia and Southeast Asia for many, many years on the Mekong River. So she's worked with fish in the past. So she knows fish. She knows conservation of fish. So I think it's
Sounds interesting.
somewhat important for people to listen to.
Sounds very interesting. Very, and kind of like we were talking about the oceans earlier. Conservation, you guys, is such a big deal.
Yep.
Such a big deal. If we don't do something, it ain't gonna be here.
It ain't, that's for sure.
That's right. Well, you guys, it is time for fish history and scientific news with our friend Alex from the Secret History Living in Your Aquarium.
Hey guys, what is going on? It is Alexander Williamson here with the Secret History Living in Your Aquarium. I'm here with fishery news that you might be able to use, probably not, but it might be interesting. So, welcome. So you may know that Asian carp are an invasive fish, and in fact, they have been found in 76 countries, and they've noted that in those countries, the populations either invariably escaped or were intentionally released into the wild for a number of reasons. Well, an unusual thing happened in Milwaukee, or just outside of Milwaukee. A wholesaler fish dealer was convicted in Plateville, Wisconsin, of selling invasive Asian carps. And Ping Li, who is the co-owner and sole operator of Lee Fish Farm, was convicted in the misdemeanor case of 17 counts of possession of these fish, and was ordered to pay $13,000 in penalties by the Department of Natural Resources. Now, it's the state's first case involving the illegal sale of big head carp, grass carp, black carp, silver carp that he had. And it's illegal to possess any of these Asian carp in Wisconsin and most states unless the fish have been gutted or the gills are severed. That's the actual law. In South Florida, however, they are legal because the local water management district in the Everglades area has used these carp, even though they've sterilized them, but they've used these carp by letting them go to keep hydrilla, a plant which tends to block up drainage valves and flood valve controls in the Everglades when it rains really hard. So the big head and silver carp, they feed by filtering food through their gills. They eat it through their mouth, and then they filter out the water through their gills and eat the plankton and other little micro fauna and flora that are in the water, which actually means that they clean ponds really well. And that's what they were used for traditionally in China, was to clean out the ponds of algae and pond scum type stuff, duckweed, you name it, they'll eat it. But that also means that they're not picky with what they eat, and they're able to eat just about anything. They're kind of the omnivore pig of the fish world, really, in the freshwater fish. So, you know, the silver carp is one that's caused a lot of concern because of all the close competition it has with other fish. So they were imported into the United States on purpose originally as a food, and then also as sort of a pet here and there, but that was never in high numbers. But they were used in sewage treatment plants and aquaculture facilities throughout the 70s and 80s. However, some of them escaped and then got into the Mississippi River Basin, where they are now firmly established. Now, these Asian carps are a major threat to our native species because they compete for food, living space, they eat the eggs, and because of their filter feeding habits, they are really difficult to capture by normal fishing means where you'd throw out a line and a hook and bait. And so oftentimes you have to net them and other means that are a little bit harder than when you're going for other game fish. Now, beyond this, as you've probably seen videos, there's the flying carp. You know, the silver carp, when they jump, can jump when they're disturbed or scared, and they can jump a good 6-7 feet in the air from the water, and they've known to hit boaters and injure them. And there's one confirmed case of someone actually being killed, knocked out of a boat and killed. There's purportedly a few other cases as well, but one confirmed one that I could find. But in any case, I just wanted to bring this up because it kind of shows that we do have a lot of laws about what you can and can't have in the fish world. And with this new legislation coming up on the Creates Act that is going through right now, made it through the House and is going through the Senate, just wanted to point out the way we have effectively used existing laws to handle these things. And the fines in this case were not crazy, nor was jail time imposed, but the stipulations are there if the judge wants to use them. The guidelines do allow for up to $250,000 fine and up to 5 years in prison. So it can be a big deal if they want to get you, especially on the federal level with invasive species or any endangered species, makes it even worse. So they got someone in Wisconsin who was selling them at a fish wholesaler. So just wanted to bring that news out. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
And there we go. Welcome back. And thank you, Dr. Anthony, for coming up. We really do appreciate it. You're welcome anytime. Whew. So somebody got in trouble.
Who got in trouble?
The person that was doing the carp.
Oh, yeah, he did. I'm getting there at that. I'm getting old. It's hard to straighten up.
Hey, Kara, how are you? Oh, the kids don't even want to let the puppy sleep. You need to send me some pictures. Send it to Facebook. I'd love to see her. Hey, Rico. Good morning. Let's see. Patrick Hardy, I will be shipping your fish off shortly after the stream. For Greg.
He said he's going to be talking about marine fish today.
That's right. So Dr. Anthony will be doing a stream shortly after the morning show, I believe.
1:30 Eastern.
1:30, yeah. So it's about an hour after the morning show. So don't miss it, you guys. There's 48 people in here right now. All 48 of y'all need to go to Dr. Anthony's stream. It's on the Amazon Research Center for Tropical Fishes. Ornamental fishes. I always say tropical. I don't know why. YouTube page. He does have a YouTube page. We need to send our support that way. And y'all are very good at doing that.
And he always has good talks. And he's going to be going back to Peru, I think Thursday, he said, for like 10 days. So
yes, he is.
Good. He thought, that's what he does. Miss Dee Dee, do you have our morning coffee cup sponsors things pulled up? Is she froze?
Yeah.
Okay, I have it, I think. Let's see. She sent it to me. Just got to find what email.
Mermaid weed? What?
What?
You caught my attention, Danny.
What did he say?
He said he found mermaid. I cannot talk today.
Mermaid.
I must have got it from you. Mermaid weed yesterday at a Massey auction.
What's that mean?
Well, I'm going to look it up.
Must be some kind of saltwater algae or plant.
It's a plant. Oh my, it's beautiful.
Show it.
No.
No.
I'm getting there. Gee, many crickets, lady. She's jumping on me today. Push the button. There's the button. Okay. There. That's actually pretty nice. That's different. I like it. Hey, that's ferny.
It is ferny. Now, is that's salt water though, isn't it? Or is it fresh?
No, that's fresh water, I
That's
believe.
fresh water? That is ferny. At the top.
That's pretty neat. I like it.
I like the red version over there.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Let me see. Give me just a minute to get that pulled up.
Yes, Stephen P. Mermaid's got to medicate too. Wow. Learning new stuff every day.
What?
I didn't even know that was a plant.
Right. Okay, coffee cups right here. All right, you guys. We have some lovely sponsors. And our coffee cup sponsors definitely help this stream out to keep going forward and doing things that I can do for you guys. So let's give them a shout out right here. Okay, and thank you, Miss Dee Dee, for doing that. That is such a help on my part, or on your part for me, helping me out. But yes, thank you. And there is always room for another coffee cup sponsor. You get mentioned on the stream, you get mentioned in the video, and you also get mentioned on Facebook. I try to put you guys out everywhere I can. Then, of course, once it's on my Facebook page, my sister grabs it and puts it out through all the other social media sites. So if you're looking to get some recognition and get your name out there, being a coffee cup sponsor is a way to do that.
Yeah, buddy.
That's right. All right. We have also, Miss Dee Dee has done the Monday live streams. So I'm going to go through that as well.
And now for the Monday live streams. This is Eastern Standard Time. Caught fish at 9 a.m. Followed by the Aquatic Morning Show on Main's Tails, Fur, and Fins at 10. Afternoon Chat Delight with Rico Stand, 12:15 p.m. Dr. Anthony, Aquarium Conservation with Dr. Anthony Orkoff at 1:30 Eastern. And next we have Geek Out with Ed and Rico at 3 p.m. And there's Corvus Oskin at 4. And at 5 we have Kelly and Stephen with Wet Your Plants. At 6 we have Monday Musings with Fantastic Freaks, it's Austin. And at 7 we have Monday Mayhem with Mr. and Mrs. Metalhead. At 8 we have Steamfight Aquatics with Bob. At 8:30 Fishy Talk with Lefty. At 10 we have In the Hot Spot, Fishy Biz Aquatics. How hot will it get in there? Liquid Zoo, thanks for making this information easy to find at fishfam.link.
Yes, thank you, Matt. You're muted, Jess.
I thought I hit it. Dang it.
I get a laugh out of that because whenever I tell you, you're like, ugh.
Aggravates me because I thought I hit that button, but I'm doing so many things that I just, yes, Matt, thank you very much for everything that you with the fishfam.link. You work your tail end off on that, and it is greatly appreciated. Well, you guys, we have gotten 12 minutes left on the show. I am glad we have seen some faces that we haven't seen in a while that have made it back to the show.
Oh, yeah.
And Rico says no afternoon delight today, but the geek out
he going
on
wait till 3 p.m.
Okay.
He go with Ed today. Geek out stream, I believe it is today.
And that'll be after Dr. Anthony?
Yeah.
Okay. Joe Shrimpshut, welcome, says he's been lurking trying to get stuff done. Understood, sir. I sent you a text message. I need you to read it, please, sir. Ms. Didi says that her computer is taking its sweet time rebooting. Yeah, you kind of froze there for a moment. But thank goodness that you were able to send me the links and I got it done. I did it. RB Dar. No, it's not Chuck Norris, but hey, you never know. And Ed's last stream for about a month. That's right, you guys. Keep your prayers going. Our lovely Ed is going to have open heart surgery. It was a birth defect that he's having to have amended. I have a cousin that was born with 3 valves that were not attached to his heart. And when he was born, they automatically, right off the bat, flew him from Louisiana to Michigan. I think it was Michigan, to one of the heart hospitals up that way. I don't know which one. Anyway, they spent 3 months up there, and he went through 8 surgeries within that month. It was rough. Or those months. And then every 4 or 5 years, he has to go back and have it amended. As he grew, they had to go in and make the things longer and I don't know, all that stuff. It was very complicated, very stressful, but he's thriving. Actually, fixing to get married. I'm so bad. I got the wedding invitation and they did it right. they sent out the things where you're supposed to RSVP for, come in so they can get all the seating and know how much food to order and all that. And it was supposed to be turned in by February 1st. So I'm a month and a half late from getting it turned in. So I got to call him and see if I can still even go. But he's doing well. My things don't get long much anymore. What? So
We'll leave that one alone.
Skipper,
I am.
you what?
So Paul Soteris said about, I'll highlight his comment, about a fish that they had to bring into their waterways to help with a plant that's called bladder wart. It's clogging up their waterways. So they brought in this, pretty much it's a grass carp.
Okay.
And I just responded back to him with that. We had an aquatic plant that ended up, it's an invasive aquatic plant.
What is it?
I'm gonna have to find out. I don't know.
We have the same thing that we have to do in Lake Bistineau. We have to drain the lake every damn year because of salvinia.
Well, it's not a floating plant. It's a plant that's down in. And
ours is a floating plant, and it ends up killing all of the other vegetation under and in the water. And therefore it makes it so that it's really hard to get out there and ski. So I think 2 years ago, they tried to put at the north end of the lake where it was at the narrowest part. They tried to take and run one of those barrier blow up things that has a tarp that goes down below the water with a weight. Therefore, they were trying to hold it back from going at least to the southern half. The problem was the northern end of the people were griping and complaining because all the salvinia was up there. And for them to get down to the south end of the lake to enjoy it, they had to go through it, and it would bog up your motor to the point of you couldn't get through it. And so it really wasn't solving a problem.
Yeah.
It was on one end, but not the other end, and creating a problem on that end. And so they drained it again. And I'm so sick of them draining it, but
they don't drain it all the way because it's a pretty deep lake for one. But they drain like 10 foot. They say 10 foot from the shore because that's where it's growing. It gets a lot of light there. Mm-hmm. Honestly, it almost looks like
Basin area.
No, it looks like Anniversaries.
Okay.
But I don't think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Paul's saying the grass carp that they are using are sterile, and they get pretty big. The gators eat good when they catch them. I bet they do.
You know what would end up happening is they sterilize them or however they do that, but then you would get that one female and that one male that wasn't, and there you go. But hydrilla, Dr. Anthony says hydrilla.
I'll have to look it up.
But with ours, with the salvinia, if the and this is kind of political, but if the state would allow enough money to be put towards it, they could use the chemical and kill it off. But they only kill some of it. So they only pay enough money to kill some of it instead of all of it. So it doesn't do anything. And then the money they put towards it doesn't do anything. But to fight that, you can't. There's not enough money, probably not enough funds anyway, not enough people that would fight it. So We get the same thing every year. They drain it.
That's exactly what it is. Hydrilla.
Hydrilla.
Give me a second. I'll show it. That's exactly what it is.
Row, row, row your boat.
Thank you, Dr. Anthony. And 3G also said it too.
Greg knew it. Greg knows about the Salvinia too.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is.
That looks exactly like hydrangea. I mean, what you said, Hanacarus. That's right. I was also thinking it looks like
But I'll tell you what, ass love it.
no, son of a gun. Now I can't think of it. Jess, see my question about the axolotl babies?
Yeah, she wants to know how they're doing.
Oh, so I think they're doing good. I'd seen one move yesterday, so at least one is good. I don't think that any of them fungus. And I hope that I didn't hurt them with the light. So I think they're doing okay. They don't move much at all. So that I don't know. I just seen the one move yesterday. And then when I tried to show Joe that it was moving, it quit moving. So yeah, but I think they're doing okay. Some are growing faster than others. There are different stages of them for sure. Living MN Outdoors, good morning. Thanks for being here. And we also had, of course, Miss Holly. I think I forgot to say good morning to Miss Holly. Fish Ranch House. I just reached my 1K. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. The world will open up to you. Brookley Bell, yes, was saying a pesticide, yes. It Roundup pretty much. Roundup, from what I've heard, does not absorb into the water and does not hurt the fish, but it will kill the Salvinia. I believe that's what they use. Too coolie for schoolie. Good morning. They release only males for the cart. Okay.
Yeah, they're going to really do that because they don't want to introduce that to where it's going to take over the waterways.
Sharpie, that would be a good solution. I think even if they did like a kind of like they're doing with the snakes in Florida and in South Louisiana, they pay you if you bring them in. If you brought in, say, a 5-gallon bucket of it, and they give you a small amount of money, but something for it, I think that would help a lot, a lot. Because you'd have so many kids going around trying to collect that stuff, it wouldn't even be funny. And I think that would. I think that would be not a lottery. What is it called? It's called. It's just a. Shoot, I don't know what it's called, but I think if they did that, that would definitely help. Yes, Dr. Anthony. Savannah will die and kill off everything else because they will all decompose, killing everything in the lake. Yep. Which is doing anyway because it's not allowing any, light to get down to any of the other grass. Mm-hmm. Bounty. Yep. Reward is the word I was looking for. Bounty's a good word, though.
We used to spend hours going around the neighborhood picking up glass drink bottles because we could turn them in for a nickel a piece.
Yeah, right. I think honestly that would be the way to go because you take it, you throw it, you dry it out on land. But my word is nothing. So, you know.
I just spraying chemicals in that lake. That can't be good, especially if you're swimming in.
They do.
Wow.
You're make like the Dead Sea before long.
You know, it's possible, but you know, they know more than we do, right? So
Yeah, temporary solutions don't always
right,
long term.
right. I really like the idea of doing the bounty of the of it.
Yeah.
Get out there, and I'm telling you, you know, how many? I know how many kids they have. That whole lake would be full of kids out there just trying to do it.
Well, they can harvest it, you know.
And it would go to a better. Ooh, I'm froze. There we go. It would go to a better cause, I think.
It would definitely get the kids outside to do something.
Right. And it would be teaching them something along with conservation. It would be teaching, you know, them worth ethic. Oh my God. That would be so good. I wonder if I could just write a letter. I wonder if that would help.
That's how things get started.
Maybe.
Never know unless you try.
You know, that could teach them about conservation at an early age.
Exactly.
Not even realizing
Conservation.
they're just making money.
Worth ethic. I mean, and the list goes on and on. The problem is you're also going to get adults. They're going to get out there and do it as well, which I'm not, you know, that's fine. But I feel if they would
just limit to kids.
Yeah, well, not just limit to kids, but maybe give the kids more of an incentive.
Yeah.
But they probably can't do that because it would be what, segregation or something. Who knows? It would be something, and it wouldn't be okay. So it had to be open to everybody. But if they maybe just pushed it towards the kids more.
Mm-hmm. Holy cow, it's 5 after.
Wow. And I was thinking, how are we going to get to the end?
Oh, we there.
We are there. All right, you guys. We have been all over the place today. Don't forget to go check out Miss Susan's newsletter. I should have told y'all a week ago when I got it, and we just had one thing after another. Please go check her out. After the stream, in about an hour, Dr. Anthony's going live. You don't want to miss it. Also, make sure you get your tickets bought. The due date is coming up. And
there is a limited supply.
Also, don't forget about the Blind Fish Keepers contest. Didn't start out as a contest, but it is a contest now. And you have to do a blind skate, blindfolded, video it, and send it to him. And he's going to get some people to go over them and judge them. And then there are some giveaways. The morning show has donated $50. I haven't decided to what yet, though. So $50 at the moment. But and then some other people have donated stuff as well. So if you haven't got your blindscape in, and I am one of them, but I am working on it, don't forget about that. Adele has a fundraiser going for Florida Fish Rescue. And they have an Amazon list, and I think she's got I'm sorry, Adele, I don't know all of the info on it. I know she's got a fundraiser going for it, you guys, for her birthday. Yeah, for her birthday. So don't forget about that as well. We definitely want to support everybody as we can. Debbie Holding, thank you for coming in, even though it's the rear end, the back door. We appreciate you stopping in. Everybody, we thank you so much for being here. Lurkers, replayers, chatters, and everybody that's here today, and my co-hosts. Thank you very much for being here.
Don't forget
You're
to
welcome.
click on your short. Make your comments.
That's right, you guys. Don't forget about that. Go to the short. I love
posted.
Yeah. Yep. I love watching the Aquatic Morning Show. Get that in. That way you get a chance to win the $100 gift card from Beck's Fish Room. She is the end of month sponsor this month, and she's doing a $100 gift card to Aquarium Co-op. So you don't want to miss out on that. So get to them shorts and put that in there. We love you guys. We'll be back in the morning, and we're supposed to have a interview with Bio Aquatics. So hopefully that pulls through, and if not, we'll be here anyway. So we love you guys, and we will definitely be here in the morning at the same time.
Same place.
It's a live ever mosh pit. So watch it, don't knock it, drop and fry every day, ain't gon' stop it. People saying hey and whoa and take it slow, it's out of control, but they don't know I got a mother-loving biome. Nature! So leave it alone, they're doing fine in a happy home. Making babies with their fathers and mothers and sisters and brothers is kinda gross, but you know that's the way it goes. Now I'm in the midst of a colony blitz. It all started with a batch of fry. The mama died, but the baby survived and grew up and thrived. Then the guppies kicked the breeding into overdrive. What was accidental and incremental blew up into an exponential and totally mental experimental hit. And the fish police threw a fit. I guess they just couldn't handle my live bearer mosh pit. Best not front on me about this colony, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spine or time to hear you whine. Stop the fish police! I'm making hybrids I desire to acquire and combine entire lines designed to inspire and surprise and advertise the rise of my monkey fighting live bearer empire. You looking all distraught, you think it's overstocked, but you got no shot to sway me, you're an afterthought. Yeah, I got guppies getting blitzed on duckweed. Had enough of these, well they don't stop and neither do we. You might call it a challenge, it's a foot per gallon. Your rationale is sound, but it's a little unfounded, 'cause I'm gonna be crowned as the best flippin' mud guppy breeder around. On this earth, then my mutts, I assert, are gonna make you a convert to a chaotic tank that doesn't take much effort or the hand of an expert. Look, all I did was rap and 5 guppies just gave birth. Best not front on me about this colony, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spines or time to hear you whine, 'cause you best not front on me about this colony, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. If you wanna do like I do, fertilize the plants with fish food. Don't fret about being overrun, just chill and have some fun. I got the new genetics for the color theoretics, a different aesthetic. It's cosmetic and frenetic. If you don't get it, I do. I got a vision, it's eidetic. And your derision, well, it's really quite pathetic. Uh-oh. Now you see a bunch of platties, they're looking fatty. You think it's fatty, and the plants are overgrown, getting kinda ratty. It's alright, little laddie. Just look me in the eye and tell me who's your daddy. Best not front on me about this colony, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spines or time to hear you whine, 'cause you best not front on me about this colony, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. If you wanna do like I do, fertilize the plants with fish food. Don't fret about being overrun, just chill and have some fun. Yeah. You think I give a fudge about some algae? What, you afraid of shiznit getting too natural up in this biznatch? Good sir, dispose of your TDS meter, for it measures organic and inorganic solids, and it's more beneficial to learn the chemistry of your water. Thank you very much. If you want to do like I do, fertilize the plants with fish poo. Don't fret about being overrun, just chill and have some fun.